guys, and welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, yes, I have been away for months, I know. It's because I had to study and take a whole ass bar exam, so there's that. But let's talk about Brooke Schofield because she seems to be going through it hard. I actually feel bad for her at this point. Well, she has technically been going through it for a minute now, which is one of the reasons why her and Tana had decided to probably cancel their podcast. Canceled, haha. When their contract is up by the end of this year. And one of the main reasons for that was all of the backlash that they would receive after each episode and how it had put a strain on both their mental health and their relationship. But I think that this week's events were just the cherry on top, which ultimately led to Brooke's crash out. It all started yesterday when Brooke announced her engagement to her boyfriend of around 1 year. Brooke's fiancé goes by Miles McFly. Now, this is old news, but last year when people found out that they had started dating, online sleuths had uncovered an old Ask FM account where in mid-2015, aged around 29, Miles professed love for a 17-year-old model named Isabella Peschardt. He said, "So I've been thinking about how to write this, so here it is. Isabella Peschardt is one of the bestest and greatest people I know. She's not only my beautiful and caring girlfriend, but she's also my best friend that knows when I'm upset without saying anything. She knows who I am, and she knows I would do anything to make her happy. Sometimes I think to myself, damn, I'm one lucky guy, and sometimes I think she's do good for me and that I don't deserve her. We've been through a rough time, we barely see each other, and even if she's far away, I know she misses me just like I miss her. But we've been already 5 months together, and I know there's still more to come. So baby, happy 5 months. These 5 months have been amazing and unforgettable. I'm so happy to have you in my life and call you my princess. I love you, baby girl." So this was posted back in July 2015. Isabella was born in May 1998, which same. So she would have been barely 17 when he made this post. So while this Ask FM is not definitive and his account is no longer active, so you can't access it at this point, I do remember having personally accessed this account last year when this matter had first came up, so I know it definitely existed. And also, sleuths had found this comment on one of Isabella's photos from 2015, which is just gross. Mind you, she would have been 17 at the time. Brooke responded at that time to this entire situation. She DM'd back to one person saying he did not date Isabella. It's someone he's been friends with for years. I don't know what that post is or what it's from, and neither does he. Everyone online hates me, and I understand why, but this is such a horrible thing for someone to fake or make up. So if he had dated his friend who was not Miles' age, and that's the only reason he was even around. That's not what the evidence indicates. I mean, her response never really made sense. Like, there are literally so many pictures of the two in bed together. But it's also just like, whatever. There's literally nothing we could do, so we all kind of just moved on until this week, which, as I mentioned, Brooke and Miles got engaged. So obviously, there are some unhappy comments both on Instagram and TikTok, and Brooke has been a busy girl responding to every single one. Like, for some reason, she thought to post this TikTok going through a bunch of her hate comments and showing that they follow her, like, okay. One user responded saying she had the time to do this, but just so happens to not comment on a single one about the creepy man she's with. Bye. The only few comments that I could find in response to her partner was this one where one user commented, "The ring doesn't remove the allegations, dear." And she responded saying, "Mind you, there is not a single human person to validate." Another user commented, "Girl, you've been dating for like a month." She responded saying, "We have lived together for a year, question mark, ha 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 ha." Wow, so funny, Brooke. And another user commented, "Moving way too fast from one BPD girly to another." Which, I mean, honestly, like, regardless of Miles' situation, I don't appreciate comments like this either. Like, it's none of our business how fast people move. Like, people are just way too involved in some influencers' lives. Brooke responded saying, "We've been together for a year. I'm almost 30. Ha ha ha. Why are we talking like I'm 18? Which, I mean, fair. One TikToker posted this saying,
"Brooke Schofield getting married after only knowing this predator of a man for 4 months makes perfect sense." Like, it actually makes perfect sense when you're thinking about the fact that she has BPD and the way that she talked about her ex in the past. She's like, "No, I was so brainwashed. Like, I'll never do that again. Never be unmedicated, you guys. People do heal." It's just the perfect example of you can never get rid of the disease that is PPD, because people are telling her, like, no, babe, you need to, like, get the freak out of there. He's love bombing you. He's a terrible person. He's a pet. You know, he's all of these things, and she's just ignoring it and being like, no, guys, it's totally fine. It just totally reminds me of all of the relationships I've ever been in, where I defended that man with my entire life, and he literally, like, could have, like, killed my whole family or something, and I still would have defended him. Like, it's just so crazy how our brains work, how the chemicals in our brains work. But yeah, Brooke, girl, get a fucking grip. You're already racist. Like, just don't do this.
To which Brooke responded to, commenting, "You actually can't talk about me with bangs like that now that I think about it." A lot of people did come to Brooke's defense on here, with commentators saying, "She's a mean girl, but you made an entire video about her and her personal life and who she marries affects you how? Y'all are so mad at people who would never know you exist unless you made hateful videos about their personal life." And honestly, I completely agree. Like, this comment just sums up exactly what I believe. Brooke then addressed the comment in a now deleted TikTok.
So yesterday I made a negative comment about somebody's appearance on their video, okay? And I want to talk about it. Every single day I see tens of thousands of horrible, nasty, disgusting comments about myself. And everybody around me will tell me, you know, don't stoop to their level. You are above that. You are too classy for that. And no, I'm not. I've always found it interesting because someone will post the most horrible, rancid video about me ever. And then when I comment on it, immediately the responses are like, girl, you are so embarrassing, fighting for your life in the comments. Like, yeah, I am. I'll give you the spark notes of the video that I commented on, okay? Basically, she said that I have been in horrible relationship after horrible relationship because I have borderline personality disorder, and therefore I am incapable of having a healthy and happy relationship. And it's so embarrassing that I got engaged yesterday, and she can't wait to see it crash and burn. Let me be clear. I have shared details online that I did not owe anybody, okay, about my horrible, abusive, terrible relationships that I've experienced in the past, not to have them thrown back in my face. And just the same, I talk about borderline personality disorder to help other people, not to have it weaponized against me. I'm 28 years old. I got engaged to my fiancé, who is 37 years old. I do not care if you think it's too soon for us to get married. Believe it or not, someone with a personality disorder is actually capable of making human, normal decisions. I commented and I said, I don't think you should be able to make videos about me when your bangs look like that. She had micro bangs, which are a slay. However, hers were at an angle. Okay, forgive me. They were at an angle. I don't care what you say. I would venture to say that commenting on somebody's bangs versus trying to ruin literally the most special, exciting time of their lives, incomparable. There is not a single time that I open this app and I don't see a comment or a video about my physical appearance. I'm uncanny valley, my filler looks awful, my eyelids look awful, I lost too much weight, whatever it may be. Thousands of the comments on my engagement yesterday were about how they cannot believe I am marrying a bald man. Oh no. When I say something back to those very people, I am a mean girl, I am disgusting, I have the nastiest energy of all time. You know what? Your bangs are crooked.
One user commented, she thinks the thousands of comments were because he's bald, LMFAO. To which someone else responded saying she knows it's not about him being bald. Another user said, I don't see any other influencers responding to hate the way she does. She adds fuel to the fire. She needs to disable comments on Instagram and TikTok and log off and go on vacation. Which, funny enough, she actually is on vacation. She's on her, like, engagement moon or whatever that is. Which just makes it actually insane to me. Like, go enjoy the sun, girl. Go enjoy your new fiance. I know what it can be hard. Like, listen, I had the slightest little bit of exposure on the internet. And even that, back in the day, could have gotten too much for me to handle. So I can understand getting, like, too caught up into the comments and needing to respond to everything, but ultimately the best thing you can do for your mental health is to just ignore all of it, block all of it out, and focus on doing you and getting your job done, which, you know, to Brooke right now is the canceled podcast. So I'm curious actually to see what her response would be if she's going to actually address any of this at all on the canceled podcast. We'll see. And if she does, you know where you're gonna get a recap of it. So until then, here is a little palate cleanser.
Brooke Schofield got engaged today. It is June 26, 2025.